Saul, Juan, Otis, Clarence, Earl, Jack, Raymond, Walter, Lawrence, Edward, Robert, John, Grady, Robert, Bella, Bartholomew, Harold, Edward, Luther, David, Ralph, Elrod, Walter, Irving, James, Charles, Ray, Milton, Peter, Frank, Jack, Frank, Andrew, Irwin, Naupert, Roland, Herbert, Joseph, William, Jacob, Wilbur, Claude, Joseph, Lloyd, Theodore, Daniel, Joseph, Frederick, Donald, William, Erfurt, Arlie, Harry, Raymond, Lester, George, Irwin, Joseph, Comrade in Arms unknown, Joseph, Roland, Henry, Charles, Lyman, Anthony, John, Maxwell, Charles, Henry, Kenneth, Tom, James, Paul, Harold, William, Henry, Rufus, Walter, Eugene, unknown comrade, Leo, Harry, Edmund, Buford, Robert, Ide, Eager, Hairston, Roland, Mario, Chester, Robert, Lawrence, Hunt, Earl, Lawrence, Philip, Robert, Richard, Robert, Julius, Raymond, Emmett, Curtis, Louis, Roger, George, Lawrence, Darrell, Stanley, Benjamin, George, Edward, Alton, Alfred, Marion, Edwin, William, Fred, Clifford, Edwin, Robert, Salvatore, George, Donald, Forzell, Henry, Adrian, Altus, Bernard, Daniel, Jim, William, Raymond, Eugene, Gerard, Phil, Claude, James, Manford, Harlan, William, Arthur, Maurice, Milton, Bernard, Peter, William, Lissel, Gerald, John, Vio, John, Earl, Harry, David, Walter, John, Fred, Herbert, Frank, Edward, Carlton, John, Joseph, Edward, Roger, Carl, Sigurd, Raymond, John, Paul, Charles, Harold, Lester, Clifford, James, Herschel, Henry, Frederick, Henry, Abram, John, Edward, Stephen, John, Marvin, Harold, Francis, Walter, Vester, Millard. Clifton, Eugene, William, Andy, Peter, Sanford, Wheeler, Comrade in Arms unknown, Comrade in Arms unknown, Jesse, Hubert, John, Mellon, Henry, Alan, Jerry, Joseph, Wendell, Gerald, Truman, Peter, Benny, Antonio, Leroy, Robert, Chester, David, Barney, Private, 313 Infantry, 79th Division, Mississippi, July 7, 1944. Alton, R. Keller, 2nd Lieutenant, 92nd Squadron, 440th Troop Carrier, GP, Pennsylvania, June 6, 1944. Walter C. Severin, PFC, 175th Infantry, 29th Division, Minnesota, July 13, 1944. Richard Frank Gagner, PFC, 298th Engineer Combat Battalion, Illinois, June 6, 1944. Rudolph Lutz, PFC, 109th Infantry, 28th Division, New York, July 31st, 1944. Hello, Ron. It's closing time at the National Cemetery, Omaha Beach, in France, on the 23rd of September, 2017.